Hey everybody. Um, Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I know it's 2 weeks later. I didn't put out a video the week of Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving, I was just busy. Uh, and then last week, a funny thing happened. I actually sat down and I tried to record some videos and I could not think of anything to talk about. I feel like I've talked about everything I had to talk about, to be entirely honest. Like, I'm not super sure where I'm supposed to go from here now. I know what I want the channel to be. I've explained what I want the channel to be. Uh, you know, I've talked about the truck that I want to get, the Jeep Gladiator. I've talked about the RV that I want to get, which was, oh man, what was that called? Something like Imperial Trailers, Imperial RVs, something like that is the company. And their model that I wanted was, something like the X194, something like that. Either way, yeah, I don't remember that off the top of my head right now. It's actually really early in the morning right now. I'm still having my coffee. And yeah, but then it kind of clicked with me, I could do a product review, and it hadn't even occurred to me that I could review this product. Like, it just popped into my head. I've been carrying this with me for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months now. And I have to say, I mean, I really like it. This is the Smith & Wesson M&P SWMP11B. It's my pocket knife. It's the knife that I carry on the regular. And the reason why I like this knife, the reason why I carry this knife is, one, it comes very sharp. I haven't found anything I've had any difficulties cutting with it. I like that Tonto style blade. Because a lot of them, they want to have that little serrated bit on the end there. I never was really super into that. I just like a flat, straight blade. But also, it's got this nifty little seatbelt slicer, and on the end here, you can see it has a window smasher. So if you're ever in your vehicle and, God forbid, something awful happens, like you end up upside down at the bottom of a hill, or God forbid you end up in a creek or a river and you got the water coming up, you have the ability to cut your seatbelt, cut the seatbelt of the people with you, and smash out that window and get to safety. And as I was saying, this is a nice knife. You can't tell by looking at it, or maybe you can, but it's got a coating on it that almost feels like a really hard rubber that helps with grip. And the knife itself, I believe it was $30-some whenever I bought it. I think it was like $30-some. I would have to double check that price again. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave a link to this down in the comments. Or not in the comments, excuse me. Down in the description for an Amazon link. I don't have one of those Amazon shops. I know there's a lot of YouTubers who have that ability to have like an Amazon shop where they, if you buy something from there, they get kickbacks. I'm not big enough to have one of those, but I will put the link to to get the product down in the description if you're interested in it. And I know it's a big kind of girthy thing, and it does have some weight to it, but personally, yeah, I like it. I don't mind the weight. And yeah, I guess that's essentially the review for this. It's just a good knife. I can't really describe it any other way beyond, yeah, it cuts things. Like, that's essentially what a knife is for, cutting things. Speaking of cuts, you all might have noticed the fresh cut for the ladies. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more, say no more. I wish I had a more interesting story for why on earth I would get a mullet. I've had people ask me things like, oh my God, did you lose a bet? Was that on a dare? No, it just jumped up and hit me one day. Like, I wanted to go get a haircut for Thanksgiving. I went in, and as I was sitting there waiting to get my haircut, it just kind of popped into my head. Yeah, we should rock a mullet. We should just rock a mullet. I think we're a mullet guy. So, I figured I'd just go ahead and I'd get it. And it was originally just kind of supposed to be a joke, showing up at Thanksgiving dinner with a mullet and stuff like that. But I don't know. The more I have it, the more I just kind of feel like, no, I'm unemployed. I want to get a truck. I want to live in an RV. No, I think mullet just kind of fits. I think I'm just kind of in that mullet mindset. So that's where we're at today. Today we're at Mullet Town. Anyway, that's really all I had to say on this. Really good knife. If you're looking for a knife, if you're looking for something that serves more purposes than just cutting, but can also help you get out of a jam, then by all means, I definitely recommend it. Like I said, I've been carrying it for about 6 weeks to a month, something like that, and it literally just goes everywhere with me. It's super handy to have around, super useful. Back whenever I was a kid growing up, I was always that guy. Whether I was a kid, whether I was a teenager, whether I was just on a job site, I was always the guy that whenever people would look at and say, hey Nick, you got a knife? I'd be like, yeah, I got a knife. Like I always liked having tools. If I do end up switching this out, it might be for a Leatherman or a Gerber later, but as of right now, this is working. And even if I did get like a Gerber or a Leatherman, I would still want to have, these bits here with the window smasher and the seatbelt cutter. So if I ever do get around to getting one, I might end up still carrying this knife. I would just have to have the little leather or nylon or whatever carrying case for the Leatherman or the Gerber as well. Just carrying more stuff, I guess. Yeah, not much else I can really say. I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving, and I hope that you all have a good holiday for the next one coming up. I do plan to post up more videos than this between now and Christmas or Hanukkah or, whatever other holidays you might practice in December. But, I'm just saying. Till next time, you're you, I'm me. Keep it brutal.